Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Under the Ring podcast. This is your boy Mongo. Flying solo for the moment. Don't worry, the boys will be joining me later. But we're all a little busy. We all have our things going on at this time. It's a very busy week for the world of pro wrestling. So we're gonna get right into this. We're gonna talk about some news, and then we're gonna get into the pay-per-views coming up this weekend. Good God Almighty, there is a lot to watch. If you're just into WWE, you've got WrestleMania Night 1 and 2, as well as the NXT Stand and Deliver special. We just finalized the card of that this past Tuesday. We'll also be getting into the Impact and New Japan Pro Wrestling Multiverse of Matches show that is set to take place tonight, immediately following Impact and New Japan on Access TV. You'll be able to watch that wherever that's streaming. It's very yeah. With Impact stuff, it's either on Impact Plus, it's on Fight, it's on their YouTube channel. You'll be able to find it. We'll get into that too. Also, Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor has a show this week. Super Card of Honor. It's I'm looking over the matches that we're talking about tonight. It's going to be a ton. We've got predictions to do, and and good Lord, I think we're in the 30 to 40 range as far as matches go. So it's going to be it's going to be a lot. So we're just going to get right into it. We're going to talk about some news real quick that's taken place over the week. First off, heading into Mania, there's still some issues with the show as far as things being finalized. We don't exactly know. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, my right hand man, El Hijo del Dango.
Dango, dango, baby. Disco, disco, dango, dango.
Kenny, so I want it real quick. We talked about the pay-per-views we're going to talk about tonight. So we're going to talk about news real quick before we do all that. WrestleMania, there's a match that's missing from the card. As you know, your boy, Bray Wyatt, nowhere to be found, nowhere to be seen. No one knows what the hell he's doing. He was supposed to fight Bobby Lashley at Mania, but that doesn't seem to be the case. And now Lashley is on Friday Night SmackDown in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which is now not even good enough to be on Mania. Not even the pre-show. Just SmackDown.
Here's what I don't get. Like, something was up. Brock even, because remember, before it was supposed to be Lashley, it was supposed to have been Brock. It's supposed to have been Bray and Brock. Because he supposedly had wanted to call out the winner of their matchup or whatever. So Bray and Brock. Brock said, hell no. I don't do spooky. I don't do spooky. Then we end up with Lashley, and then we end up with nobody. Because now, like you said, I'm one of the biggest Bray fans that we have on the show. But even I'm at the point like, dude, what the fuck? Like, let's get it. Let's get it. No, we're on time. See, that's the problem. Black folks, we tell y'all 8:45 is we actually on time. That's the problem.
Don't get used to it. We're back at 9:30 next week.
Right. See, we done had Mongo come to the cookout so long he started to work on our time. So now we decided to do a show on actually his time, and look, confuse you. But
confuse me.
But I have no idea what's going on with Bray. I have no idea. And then there's a rumor that he might appear at Mania, but
yeah, because back in November it was talked about him possibly. Y'all got a lot. Y'all got a lot. I'll go ahead and tell you, Reggie. Me and the boys, we already predicted 3 of those shows off time. We just go ahead and got them out the way. So y'all are gonna have to do that in the comments when we get to it. but we're only going to be doing Mania tonight. I think everything else we've already predicted, but
Yeah.
we'll go over the card. But yeah, I think it was like Zero News or somebody, and then somebody else kind of confirmed it back in November that they were going to do a big special entrance for Bray at Mania, and it was going to be the band that does his new song,
Hmm.
Code Orange or something. This big spectacle because Bray Wyatt. That's what he's all about. It's all about the show, and just that's out of nowhere. There's just nothing for him to do, and he's not only that he's disappeared from TV.
Like I don't get. Like here's the thing. As much as people would love to say he should go to AEW, Bray Wyatt doesn't fit anywhere else but WWE. He truly doesn't. He's too big for Impact.
Well, he fits
A
one place, but they don't have the money for
Did you just you heard the first place I said. he's he's too big for Impact. You know what I mean? He's too big for Impact. He AEW doesn't have the writers to keep up with someone with a creative mind like that. Like he he can go over to Japan, but if he goes over to Japan, he's going to pretty much have to be the Fiend all the time.
Mhm. Yeah,
It's not going. He's not going to be Bray Wyatt. He's going to have to be like the Fiend or something like that.
and
So
you can go to Japan and not be like the thing about Bray is a good wrestler, but he's not a New Japan AEW wrestler.
right.
Like those are very different. Like Bray is more about the show, which is fine because like New Japan has people like that. Hell, that's half a Bullet Club. So, well, hey, that's fine. But it's just like, remember when it was rumored that he was going to be going to AEW, and AEW fans were like, we don't want him. Like, you don't want Bray Wyatt? You don't want Bray? But for some reason, that was the general consensus from that audience.
That's because they realize he doesn't fit into that style of wrestling. Like Bray's not going to jump off of something and kill himself.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not going to bleed for no damn reason.
Yeah.
You know
It's,
what I mean?
and I think we both were really into this stuff when it first started coming back. His new character was pretty unique from what he did before. It
Right.
felt like a lot more reality based until we got to Uncle Howdy. It felt a lot more about him like dealing with his personal demons, which was interesting.
Hmm.
And then we got the pitch black match, which was fine. Like it wasn't as bad as people make it out to be. It was fine. It was fine. Like it would look cool. Bray did his thing. LA Knight did his best he could. Honestly, LA Knight I think came out of that feud pretty
On
good.
top. Yeah.
Yeah, even though he lost, like I think it helped him. I think it helped LA. Um, but it's just
Oh boy, here's this
it's yeah.
motherfucker.
Oh god. All right,
Oh
ladies and
god.
gentlemen, the reigning defending whatever son of a bitch, Mr.
Don't get
Roman
hung up
Reigns.
on. Don't get hung up
Uh
on.
huh. uh, while he fixes his mic, yeah, I don't know, man. I want to see him at Mania, and I want to see something happen. That's why I'm thinking maybe Bobby wins the battle royal, and then we're like, oh, it's a spooky thing that happens on SmackDown. To
Nope.
push
Here's the
Bobby
thing.
gets done.
Nope. Here's the thing. Even if Bray comes back to attack the winner of the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial, guess who the winner is going to be? The man he just had that crazy ass match with to get his lick back.
LA Knight.
L.A. Knight. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
LA Knight is probably for me. It's down to LA Knight or Bronson Reed. I think it's like which you want to push someone from SmackDown or someone from Raw is my theory. And the thing is, you would have two good options there. But then I remember, oh, it's the Andre the Memorial Battle Royal. No one gives a
Nothing
shit,
happens.
so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who wins it. It could
Absolutely
be
nothing happens.
it could be our truth winning that thing. Now, no one cares. No one cares.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Matty Reigns, can you hear us finally?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. We introduced you already, so you ain't got to say shit. But I LA Knight would make the most sense because he'll get his, like I said, he get his lick back. He lost to Bray in that Mountain Dew match, so another feud takes out Bray, keeps building. Because believe it or not, folks, by SummerSlam, LA Knight's going to be holding some type of title. Not SummerSlam, I'm sorry, Survivor Series. By Survivor Series, LA Knight's going to be holding some type of title. Mid card, tag team, something. They're putting a belt on him.
Despite his record right now, which is not great, he stays popular. He stays hot with the crowds.
Right. Well, think about this. Elias doesn't have a great winning record, but look how hot and popular he stays with the crowds.
That's true. Even now, he's still after all the stuff they're giving him.
Boogs.
Boogs.
Boogs has the probably one of the shittiest records. But when he comes out, well, now no. Now with this new gimmick, the crowd goes mild when he comes out. But
I think he'll bounce
before
back. Some people have it. Some people you just have it, and and LA Knight has it.
He does.
Before we get into predictions, do you want to talk about the Moxley Britt Baker Thunder Rosa, all that stuff, or do you want to do predictions and then we'll go into that later?
Let's get into some predictions. And those of you who don't know the rules are if your ass ain't here to give the predictions, you can't give them in at all. So Mike, Tito,
Mike predictions. That's why I was late.
Ah, shit, Mike. Damn it.
Yeah. and I recorded Tito's. Tito sent all of his yesterday.
Ah, even the Manias?
Yeah, even the Manias.
Son of a bitches.
Yeah, I know. He really ruined the fun.
Really did.
So yeah, if you for those of you that are doing the predictions in the chat, just put all your stuff in the comments. I'll be able to go back and through and see them later. Just put them there, and we'll go back and look at them. I promise we'll catch them. Y'all got 4 shows to do. We're only going to do 2 right now. I'll show y'all our picks though. I'll show you the picks. Here we go. So as you can see, multiverse matches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 matches here. Then we've got Supercard of Honor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there. Stand and Deliver 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we've got 13 between these 2 nights of Mania. So all the yellow, obviously the matches we picked the exact same, so they don't count. And yeah, we're not gonna do any tiebreakers for the earlier shows. We're just gonna but I have 5 tiebreakers that I share with you guys for Mania. Damn it, we're not gonna have a tie by the end of this fucking weekend. Someone's gonna be a winner by the end.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into it, and then we'll look at this other stuff later. Kenny, first night.
First night, we got what should be a good final ass kicking. We got the the Rey Mysterio versus the Dominic Mysterio. And damn it, I gotta go first.
Yep.
Damn it.
Red giving us our impact picks. Thank you, brother. Yeah, if you're gonna do it, put them in there. I promise we'll get to them.
Give me, it should be Dominic. It should be Dominic, but this is WrestleMania. Oh boy. You know what? Let me get Dominic. Ray's gonna put his son over.
I'll get my picks later. I'm gonna go Dom.
Mike pick Ray.
Right.
All right.
I will go Ray.
Starting off.
Strowman versus the Prophets versus the Academy versus the Viking Raiders.
If it ain't the Prophets, then something is wrong.
I mean, it's either them or Ricochet and Strowman. So
Jeremy's going Raiders. What's Mike
Mike
going?
is going Profits.
Mike's going to Profits.
I'm gonna go Rico Strowman. They're pushing that for some reason. I don't know why, but
I am going Profits.
it looks like they're still trying to do something there. Damage Control versus LLT. Lita,
Bacon, lettuce, tomato.
Lynch, and Trish.
BLT. That's what I've been calling.
BLT. I should have got BLT.
BLT. Bacon, lettuce, tomatoes.
They're changing to BLT. Anybody not going BLT?
Yo-ho.
I'm going Damage Control.
As am I.
Mike is going BLT.
All right. Logan Paul versus Seth freaking Rollins.
Anybody not going Seth?
For some reason,
Logan
people think this is a hard match to pick because
right, it really is though.
This is apparently also Logan's last match on his contract.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, Seth. Seth's about to have a hell of
He's taking enough L's at WrestleMania. Like, he's literally Triple H's son at this point.
Seth is about to have a hell of a successful year. Last year he lost a lot of matches. They're gonna flip that around this year. It's
Yeah.
SmackDown Women's Title, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. Somehow these next two matches didn't main event this show. Supposedly, I think there was an error in how they discussed it on our first take today. But they said that it's headlined and main evented by the U.S. title match. So I'm pretty sure they said it opens the show a few weeks ago.
I thought it would.
So I don't know why it wouldn't be this or the next match. But for right now, it's apparently Cena Theory. Which is really kind of a crappy main event, to be honest.
Yeah.
But Charlotte or Rhea Ripley. Anybody not going Ripley? Cool. Yeah, I'll just make that easy. Anybody not going Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn?
No.
All right. Anybody not going Austin Theory?
Yeah, night one is really. I mean, I'm sure they're going to do stuff to shock us. There's going to be some twists and turns, but the first night is pretty like elementary. It's pretty black and white.
Yeah, it's man, looking at that now, I don't know. There's like maybe one match I kind of care about. It's the tag title match. Aside from that, I mean, Cena Theory should be fun, but like main event,
it's opening the show, so I mean, we're going to start the show off on the right foot.
Dom beating the hell out of Ray.
Yeah. Next up, we got Edge versus Demon Balor in the Hell in a Cell match.
Give me.
Hold up, I was looking up the other shows. Don't worry, we'll get into those. Just give me whatever your picks are by the end of the show. As long as they're in the comments, you'll be fine. You don't need to rush. It's fine.
Give me Fedge.
No.
Edge it is.
No, Fins.
All right.
Give me Fins.
What might go?
Mike went Finn.
Yeah, It's like it's Edge's last Mania match, but like I mean, you gotta have Finn beat him, right? Like
if he's calling out the demon,
if the demon's coming, you gotta have Finn win. So
Finn is winning because the last time we saw the demon, it was getting beat by Roman. There's no point in them bringing back the demon if he's going to get beat by Edge.
That demon hates spears. A match. I don't even know why we're really doing this match.
Because the men got one.
The difference is the men have tag teams. We got Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natty and Shotzi. Ronda and Shayna seem to be the only like real team here, and then we got Green and DeVille. By the way, when Adam Pearce called them the complaint department, and that was a good
I
line.
died.
That
I
was a
died.
great line.
I died.
So we got R&B from Tito. What about you? Am I not going Shayna and Ronda?
Give me that Keep Sweat, baby. That R&B.
Like, I don't even know. Like, this match is for them. I would think it's just them.
Oh, but it is Liv Morgan and Raquel.
They're not winning.
Brock Lesnar versus Omos.
Give me some Ultima. I'm taking Nissan.
This
taking
is honestly
Nissan.
probably going to be the match that probably defines the title. This and probably Cody and Roman.
What Mike go?
Mike went Brock.
I hate that we even had this match. I can't believe Brock was like, what the Bray? What is that shit? Give me the giant that can't move.
I don't do spooky shit. Give me.
Margo,
you picked almost two. After all that look you just gave me. Look at you. Are you taking Matt?
Brock.
I'm taking almost because this is going to be the return of the Hurt Business.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The IC title match on this.
Oh, shit.
Gunther defending against Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. Man. It could go one of two ways.
And none of them end with Drew winning.
Nope. They do not.
Right.
Drew ain't winning shit.
It's either Gunther retains or Sheamus gets the final piece that he's missing.
Sheamus finally becomes, man. Either way's a good night. Like either way, I think works.
You know what? I think, here's his Mania moment. This is Sheamus. Give me mayonnaise.
Because he needs this to be
everything.
This is the last thing he's missing. It's this.
He needs this to be the ultimate because he's won literally everything.
What might go?
Mike wins Sheamus.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Sheamus too. I just want him to win.
NWO does not want him to win, but
it was 2 years ago. It was it was 2 years ago when we was needing fantasy wise. It was him versus Riddle, and he kicked the shit out of Riddle.
He did kick the shit out of him. Yeah.
And he won the U.S. title, and that led us down. And he's like, "I only need one more to go." It's been a long enough wait. Let's get this over with.
It's been a long day.
Like, let's give Sheamus so he can be the ultimate. He finally caught them all. He can be asked. Sheamus Ketchum.
Sheamus Ketchum.
Sheamus Ketchum.
RP Ash. They had to put a bullet in the back of his head at the end of that show. It was terrible.
Best
kill him
I've seen all week
and Pikachu in one shot. Just bam.
Someone said, there's like, I refuse to believe. No, someone made a tweet saying that they were pretty sure that in the Pokemon world, there's a person like Skip Bayless that hates on Ash Ketchum 24/7 because he's been around all this time and he only has one world championship show for it.
To be fair, that is justified. That's justified. That, like, if you're claiming to be the best on the first episode and it takes you 26 years to win one,
I would tune in to watch that show. Like, Ash sucks. Like, he's been like best for 12 years now.
Ash would lose mad goddamn what you call it, battles against people. Well, I learned so much today. No, you didn't.
It was a learning. No, it wasn't. You
no, it didn't.
No, he would have lost endorsement deals and everything by now.
Like he was losing like first round in tournaments. Like, dude, you're not even. They didn't even know.
Misty was better. That's
well, yeah. Of course, Misty was a damn gym leader. Misty knew what she was doing. Misty sat there and told him for 5 seasons, you can't use that one. Asked us the wrong typing. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. You're a Pokemon master. You're a master.
You have a
He's a
Pokédex
dumbass.
you have a Pokédex on you that can help you, and you still don't use it, you
It will
dumbass.
tell you what to do. Yeah, this is not a Pokemon podcast. Next up, the Raw Women's Championship, Asuka versus Bianca Belair. Great matchup. The worst build to a match I have
Yeah, this has
seen.
been a really
in
horrible build for this
ages.
match.
Yeah.
Like, how do you have these two, not only incredible athletes, incredible characters, fantastic characters? Nothing. Not a damn thing. All that happened was Asuka would smile at Bianca
And
for
save her
5
from
weeks,
getting jumped.
Right.
and then this last week kicked her in the face. That was it. That's all that happened.
You could have had some baka 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 going on.
It's a waste of all of our time, is what it was. It pissed me off.
Give
Does
me
Asuka finally get her Mania moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, no. No. Bianca starts taping her new show with the belt.
Okay.
So some folks have basically started calling her Jane Cena. So is it LOL Jane Cena wins? Or is she reaching Cena status now? She just gonna be like, oh, that's nice. You changed your gimmick. KOD.
Mike picked Bianca as well.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
don't,
lose-lose
you don't want
situation almost.
you don't want people turning on Bianca, but also like
She's not going. I don't think she goes into that show without that belt.
It's a lose-lose situation.
I was gonna go Cody until you said that, or not Cody. I was gonna go Cody. Jesus, I was gonna go Asuka before you said that, because dang, that's
It
a really
makes
good
it
point.
makes better TV for her to lose while she's on that show.
It's a really good point.
But at
And you
the
can't
same
start. You can't
time,
start. Well, has the show started taping yet?
the show
No.
has started taping.
It has started taping.
It started taping right before the Rumble.
Asuka, then she's gonna lose it mid-season. Asuka.
Because honestly, we already gave them enough entertainment. We gave them enough material by having the Profits win the Ben Showcase. Because if it's following both of them, we only need one happy story. Only one of them got to win, and the other one got to be there to console the loser.
Fair enough. So
So
you're gonna go
Montez just won, and he's about to watch Bianca lose.
It sounds like Matt's going Asuka.
Yeah, I'm going Asuka.
All right. Finally, the big match, the one we've all been waiting for, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship.
A battle of Matty proportions.
Cody Rhodes, your song is loud, blows my eardrum every time.
Versus Roman Reigns. We got Cody with Tito. What are you gonna? Is anybody not going Cody?
I am not going Cody, sir.
You're going Roman.
Yes, I is.
You think they're gonna stick with Roman just a little bit longer until the sale goes through?
I told you it's not December, and Mike is also going Roman.
I've heard that theory
Honestly,
that they're gonna wait until the sale's done because right now, like they're at the peak. Why would you take it off them?
mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you're gonna take it off and put it on somebody else, it's not like this is fucking Jey Uso. You know, this is like this is
Roman gets his 1,000 days.
Okay.
The Roman Empire is there.
I'm gonna go Cody.
Who you going, Matt? White you or Samoan you?
I don't know. I could go with Samoan me or whatever Cody is.
From what I say, from what Cody said, I mean, he might, he's technically half. He's 25%.
Here's the thing: whatever half he was, he eliminated with that tattoo. That tattoo canceled.
Great. If it was just like 40 times smaller.
Yeah.
That tattoo canceled out anything he might have thought.
That tattoo makes him look like a 2K character.
It really does. That is in no universe is that a good tattoo.
Nah.
Like it looks like one you put on like you wet your neck. Like one of those little
Even Brandy thought he was joking. She was like, "Oh, okay, wash it off." And he's like, "Oh no, it's permanent." She's like, "For real?"
She hit him with the nigga.
Basically, like you put it there, like you put it there.
But
Uh,
hey, Matt, where you going?
Because honestly, it could really go either way. They could.
The white you that's married to the black chick, or the Samoan you that's married to the white chick?
No, you married to a black girl, probably.
I'm just playing.
You know what's crazy? Mike Tyson's
like
face tattoo is more acceptable.
Samoans like black women.
It is. It is. It really is. And the thing about it is, it's just his logo, but the placement and the size screams.
Yeah, it's
screams
like basically having
redneck
the logo right here. Like, bruh, you don't need that right there. That's supposed to be on the arm.
It looks lopsided too. It feels like it looks like they hung it up on the wall, but they didn't
level it.
So it's like it's like hanging sideways.
Yeah,
you know, like it. Nothing about it is okay.
No. It's because Cody's always giving you the sad face while he talks. And my dad. So his neck is always turned this way. That's what that is. And my dad.
I'm gonna go.
You're not ready.
That shit. Last week was like, all right, I'm tired of everybody talking about my dad. Like, what do you mean everybody?
That's you.
I'm gonna go Roman. I'll go Roman. And then some way, somehow, this is how the Universal title is getting written off. One of those titles is going bye-bye, and that's how they.
Speaking of that, I did see that Trips has okayed a new WWE Championship design.
Good, because that one they have right now is terrible.
And as much as I say, don't bring back Big Gold, go ahead. I don't care now. Just do it.
Also, I'm going to put these in the chat for y'all to see in all the chats. These are the tiebreakers we're going with. I think everybody, all y'all already gave me all the answers on these, except maybe Matt. So our tiebreakers are who wins Andre Battle Royal? How many spears does Cody kick out of? If, win or lose, how many does he kick out of? Does Edge appear with any member of the Brood? Just a yes or no, not who, just a yes or no. How long does the Lesnar Omos match last? You can be as specific as you want.
Like I was.
Kenny gave me down to the second.
Right. I think I said some shit like 3 minutes and 28 seconds.
You did 3 minutes and 28. You're exact. And then does Bray Wyatt show up at all?
Absolutely not.
Bray show up. Not SmackDown, just like Mania Night 1 or 2. Just Bray.
Whoa. Let's make this clear. Uncle Howdy and any other members of the Playhouse do not count as Bray Wyatt.
Nope. Does Bray Wyatt show up? That's the question.
I'll answer that as no. Andre the Giant, LA Knight. How many spears does Cody kick out of? 3.
Oh my God.
And does Edge appear with any member of the? You know what? For Cody, 2. He's going to kick out of 2 spears. And for Edge and the Brood, yes.
How long is Lesnar almost lasting?
Oh, and that, I'll get at 9.5 minutes.
Oh, that's a long time.
That's a long ass Lesnar match. That's
Ooh. That's like him fighting Roman. That's what you doing.
You know what? I'll do even. You know what? I'll take some time off of that. All right, we in Hollywood, we in LA. We're gonna go 8 minutes and 24 seconds. Kobe.
You making
You
Lesnar have a long match against almost. Almost. You almost gonna win with that one.
Hey, what if
Almost.
it ends up being 824 though?
We find out that Brock's actually like a big basketball fan. Just didn't know.
The Canadian Moose Knockers is his favorite team.
I would be like, hey, give me the title.
Brock over there still wearing Vancouver Grizzlies shirts, okay? Leave him alone.
Brock gonna be like, my favorite player is Big Country.
Ah.
All right. So we're gonna put that away for now. Let's get into some news, guys. Specifically, how it doesn't matter what time of day, what time of year it is, there's always some bullshit happening in AEW.
Home of the drama, baby. Home of the drama.
On John Moxley's wife's podcast, Renee's podcast.
John said, fuck y'all.
Renee asked about the situation, and he said, I'll say this. I hate to say it. I don't think I've ever said anything remotely negative about AEW, but I will say this. As an observer, it seems like I spent 8 years on the indies, a couple of years in WWE developmental, spent 8 years in WWE. I have never seen so much bullshit drama in one place in my entire fucking life. I hate to say that. That's a direct quote from John Moxley.
From your biggest star.
From your number one guy, let's be real. Continues. I don't know if it's because of the age of social media and shit gets blown out of proportion. Like one person posts one stupid fucking drunk tweet, and all of a sudden it's all anybody wants to talk about. We're sitting up here doing a podcast. You know what we're not talking about? We're not talking about the stellar match Vikingo and Kenny Omega just had, or all the cool stuff going on in AEW. So what he's talking about is how it doesn't matter what great things they do, it's always drowned out by the bullshit.
Which goes to me always saying about social media. Even Mox said it.
And Eddie Kingston has a habit of getting in fights with people that he's working with constantly, and then we just had what's that AEW show that just aired? The All Access. Oh, they brought back the Britt Baker Thunder Rosa crap that we thought was buried. Why?
Because
for who?
They are the thing about AEW that they try to not seem like they want to say that they're the wrestling show. No, AEW, you're pretty much here for shock value, like a reality show. They are going for the Real Housewives of Atlanta effect. That's what they're going for. They're going for the basketball wives, that type of thing where there's backstage drama and then the big brawl, all out brawl that you'll see on these type of shows. That's what they're really doing. And it's sad because that's not what wrestling fans want to see. Mox is right. Why not talk about the fact that Omega and my man El Hijo had one of the probably most amazing matches on regular televised television that you'll see in God knows how long.
It was fantastic. It was incredible. And I remember that, we talked about that being an issue where they didn't give us a build to it. Just watch the match. Just watch that match. It was incredible. But we're not talking about it because of all this shit.
We're not talking about it because they brought back the fact that Britt Baker said, how can you call yourself a champion if you're not doing a blah, 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 blah.
What was it? Something about how she's taking plane rides to other places, but she can't be in a... which, by the way, also, Britt's apparently dealing with a bad back issue. And people are calling right on it oh, now all of a sudden...
It's okay when you do it.
Yeah. What's that video? It's okay when you do it. It's not okay when I do it. It's a lot, man. It just seems like there's always something up someone's ass in that company.
Here's the thing. That company, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of what I used to say when I first got into college, and I had this misconception that, college was full of these adults and everything like that, and I'm going to be mature
That's it.
and shit like that. And then it dawned on me, right? It dawned on me like midway through my first semester, yo, this shit is the 13th grade. This is the 13th grade, yo. Like, everybody's still a kid here. And that's what AEW's locker room is like. It's like the 13th grade. It's the 13th grade. Like, it first off, it really is, because you got half of the damn roster is 12. So, you know what I mean? So it really is a bunch of really, really, really young kids who are influenced by social media and all this other stuff. So that's what they go for. They go for that shock value. Like the whole Sammy and his wife situation. Sammy and Taya. Come on now. Them talking about what they did to the belt and all of that for shock value. Shock value. That's something little kids would do. That's something little kids would do. And that's the problem with AEW. Like, to a certain to one point that CM Punk said, I'm not going to believe I'm going to say this. He was right when he said he works with a bunch of little kids.
I mean, what did he expect?
Hold
He
on.
knew that going in.
Wait. We're not going to bury the lead there. Hold on. What did you just say, Kenny?
I said CM Punk was right with one thing. He does work with a bunch of little kids, because that's exactly how they're acting. And the thing about it is that he did not admit he was the biggest little kid there.
Well, that's the thing about AEW. It's, as much as they try to say that they're a big time company, they're just an indie company. They still act like an indie company. They still have indie issues. All that locker room drama is indie. Those are indie type of issues. There's no reason they should be having this much beef behind the scenes, and it should not be known this much. But in the age of social media, nothing is hidden. Nothing is going to be hidden, except CM Punk, and even he isn't even hidden, because he still likes to pop up. He likes
and
to
talk shit.
He's just like Kenny said. They're all children.
Mm-hmm.
And the adults, the few adults that are there aren't that many. Jericho is not an adult. He's there as a cash grab. He is
Jericho is the teenager of the preteens. That's in the locker room.
Cool teacher. He's the cool teacher, basically.
Right, basically the one that lets you curse and call him by his first name.
Arn Anderson has went. Arn Anderson is at home still mourning the death of his son. Keep him in your thoughts and prayers. That's what he's doing.
I forgot all about that, man. God, that's
Dean Malenko has dementia and all that, so I'm pretty sure he's not doing, he's just doing the best he can. So, Jericho is really the biggest adult there, and he's a child at the same time. He's a cool teacher. Brian Danielson, he's an adult, but I mean,
he's minding his business. He's the teacher that does his time and go home. He's not doing after school.
And Mox is sober.
All right, real quick. I'll be back in about 20 minutes, give or take. So leave y'all to it.
Oh, we got this.
Mox is
remember, guys, put y'all's picks in the comments, and then we'll get back to it.
Yeah, y'all better listen to Manga.
Right. That's what Jericho is. He is Mr. Turner.
You got New Japan / Impact, and you've got Stand and Deliver. You got those 3 shows. Put them in the comments. I want to see them.
Right. He is Mr. Turner.
Yeah,
he is the one.
Turner.
He's the one that let He's the one that let move in with him.
Let John live with him and all that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely Jericho. So there really is no adult in AEW. Even Tony Khan, he's the boss, but he's that cool supervisor.
Tony Khan is what happened. Tony Khan is what happened when Zach Morris got to play principal and Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, he's just the rich kid. Ain't nobody there scared of no Tony Khan. And even they're like, oh, the Young Bucks are in charge. That's like having your friend, just like when your teacher, I'm pretty sure at some point in time, your teacher said, all right, grade each other's papers. You went to your friend and was like, all right, do my, and they just changed your answers. That's all the Young Bucks are basically doing. They're just your friends. Like, there's no one there to really keep anybody in line. John Moxley is like, I'm too old for this shit.
He really is. That's exactly the point that Mox is at.
He's in Danny Glover Lethal Weapon mode. I'm too old for this shit. Y'all need to go the fuck up.
And the only other possible adult there just don't give a shit. He just there for his check. Samoa Joe.
Yeah. He's there to basically try and get ROH off the ground. He ain't got time to be trying to keep AEW.
Right. He's the gym teacher who's in charge of the JV team to get them the new program. That's what Samoa Joe is. Okay?
Samoa Joe is like, hey, I'm gonna let y'all hear. Y'all do this, go practice. I'll tell y'all when we done. What you want to do? Have fun.
Go out there and hit somebody.
Right. I don't care what you do. That's Samoa Joe. Just don't get hurt. That's all I care about.
Like it's so sad though, because if they had legit leader room locker room leadership, I said leader room, locker room leadership,
right,
that company could really and honestly I'm not going to say take over as the top spot with WWE, because you're not going to just take over the top spot from WWE. That's not going to happen. Right. That's going to take years and decades of hard work to get to the point where somebody's going to say, yeah, you're at that level. Okay, let's just be realistic. They've been around for decades.
Right.
Decades. So they've had time to perfect and still trying to perfect any mishaps they have. You know what I mean? They figured out a system of making a lot of money and making people into stars. So it's going to take a minute for AEW to get there. Right. But if they had like locker room leadership, at least that would be a starting point. The one good thing that is coming out of AEW right now is house shows. So at least these guys are getting more time together in the ring fighting each other instead of once a week. So we can see less injuries.
Yeah, they definitely need to get. I'm glad they finally starting to get around to doing it. I mean, for the most part, the show went off without a hitch. It was a pretty good crowd from what I saw. I saw a lot of people actually went.
From one night, we accurately confirmed that AEW was really just community college. And yeah, basically,
it's the Cincinnati State of Wrestling.
Basically.
It's like, hey, you're in wrestling. Not really.
Right, like for those of us in the city that
you in wrestling, but you're not gonna act like you in wrestling.
Right, for those of us who live in the city, it's like you in BMCC. You know what I mean? That's what AEW is like. It's like being in BMCC. You in college, but your college is really the 13th grade.
And here in Louisville, it's called JCTC, Jefferson County Technical College.
Right.
So ICDC AEW.
Better. It's looking like DeVry out this motherfucker.
Gone. And if you're wondering what is DeVry, you don't need to know.
Right.
Just know that it's gone.
Gone.
It's ICDC. If you know what that is, that's DeVry. That's what DeVry is.
Right. That's the new version of
it. That's all it is.
So, because I'm still going back to the fact, and another thing that I definitely keep saying that AEW needs, that I've been saying for the longest since it started, get it some writers.
Yeah, Tony Khan can't keep writing everything.
Right. Everything can't be like you gotta have a couple of stories going on. You gotta have more than one storyline going. Because AEW is good for just having one storyline going. Like right now, the storyline is the Kenny Omega Hangman Page. That's gonna be
Basically,
the next.
everything is leading up to the big reunion. That's the one big story.
Right,
Everything else is just kind of just like, all right, Powerhouse Hobbs, he's just taking on whoever wants to fight him.
right.
Tag champions, oh, they got FTR chasing behind them, so there's their little story. Nobody
Oh,
else is like care about this big story and only this big story. All these other feuds, we don't care about them. We don't care about
and,
those.
and
We
and
want
the
to go
sad
get
part is the world champion is in a feud that we really don't care about. Like,
Yeah, the four pillars. I didn't care about that. So from that promo, I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling this.
right. And the thing about it is those are literally your future AEW.
Right.
And the problem that we have with it is the fact that your future, Darby Allin made a comment that described your future of your company and how your company is run.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody running on Twitter complaining, "Oh, I need a shot. I need a shot." You know what's going to happen if I don't get a shot? I'm just going to run to Twitter and complain about it too. And that's what your company is about. That's what people are
Right.
doing. Everybody, it's too much. Too much. I don't need to know all. Wrestling was better when I didn't know the back scenes, the behind the scenes. Wrestling was better when I did not know behind the scenes. Plain and simple. When you went out there, you told me a story in the ring with your promos. I got invested, and that's that.
Right.
I don't want to know that you in the back don't like this person because they stole your deodorant and they got a title shot and you did. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I don't care about Eddie Kingston having a chip on his shoulder because people told him he could be good, but he's too fucking lazy. I don't care. Like I don't care that Sammy and Tay is talking about they skeeted on the title belt. I don't care. I don't care. The It was, but I'm gonna be honest. I think the height of the mystique of wrestling being gone might have been the Page situation because it put almost everything out on Front Street. Like it confirmed that on the road, people are the people. Everybody's having sex with each other. It confirmed like it the hugging of the clique. Yeah, but nothing hit wrestling like the way that damn sex tape hit. That damn matter of fact, I'll even take it back one. I am China's sex tape. Once those sex tapes hit, I think that's what really put the mystique of wrestling out of play. Completely out of play. I think that really took it out of play. And then as pervert wrestling fans, we monopolized on that and looked for more and more of it until we found it.
I mean, I'll probably be with Reggie and say like the curtain call was the beginning of the end. I mean, kayfabe was probably already dead at that point. I wasn't watching wrestling at that point, but I mean, I know my history at this point now. So I mean, it's a moment where a lot of people at that time didn't know that the four of them were friends. I just feel like kayfabe was already kind of dead. That just pulled back the curtain. Honestly, with social media and Twitter, it goes with Kenny's point. they don't really have separate Twitter accounts anymore. Their
Yeah.
one account is their one account. So even when they leave WWE, only thing that changes is their handle. Like all that happens is they take away WWE, they just get rid of the WWE part.
Right.
Like, they don't separate, like they never separate themselves.
And
They have to stay on that account. So you see, they're basically, I hate it. Like for Seth Rollins, I know Seth Rollins is a big Chicago Bears fan because when they lose, he says, "I hate football."
right.
And it's like, that's not Seth Rollins tweeting that. That is Kobe Lopez
right.
saying that. But he's saying it under the Seth Rollins handle because he has to.
Like, I'm gonna be honest, one of the things that everybody else is cool with that I'm not cool with, I don't like the fact that everybody knows that Seth and Becky had a baby together.
But at first, I didn't care about it. Like I was just like, oh cool, they got a baby together. I was cool with it. And then as soon as WWE started forcing it on us, that's why I was like, okay, I guess if WWE doesn't care, like I shouldn't care if WWE is going to sit up here and constantly put it in our faces because like it's known that they're together, but they're at times they've been on opposite ends of the spectrum. And
Exactly.
now they've like when one is a face, the other is a face. When one is a heel, the other is a heel. But their report is like with this WrestleMania commercial, that was a perfect example. WWE does not care. They do not care. They're like, hey, this is our couple, even though
Right. And it's wild to me. Like, I don't.
it's a different time because 20 years ago, they didn't want us to know that Stone Cold and Deborah were married. They
Right.
didn't want us to know that sort of stuff.
And
They
then
didn't want
on.
us to know that Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth were married. They didn't
Not even that.
know.
Not even. I was getting ready to bring that up. Not even that. Not even the point of having them being married.
Divorced when they were getting married.
Exactly. Going through a nasty divorce in the middle of the greatest fucking wedding that anyone has ever seen on television.
Like they were completely broken up when they were doing that, and they were completely broken up even when he was in the NWO and WCW. Like she was actually dating Lex Luger.
Right.
Like I would say like for stuff like people's romantic lives, that took a turn when Edge, Lita, and Matt Hardy happened.
Oh boy.
That's when they put the curtain on. Shit happens. And if you don't know the story of it, I'll give you a quick recap. Edge was supposed to be married to Val Venus' sister. Edge and Lita got paired together in the storyline. Now, Lita is supposed to be dating Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy is out on injury. Edge and Lita, since they're in wrestling, they are together. They're always together. They end up start liking each other. They end up start messing with each other. So then Matt Hardy gets released. Then come to find out, Matt Hardy shows up on TV randomly through the crowd and tries to beat up Edge, talking about I'm gonna beat your ass, Adam. It was, oh shit, he called him by his real name. And that was real, because he was really trying to beat him up. What's up,
right.
Marvin?
Basically, we walked in on the fact that
kind of recap of the Edge, Lita, Matt Hardy, love triangle.
Because we were talking about how kayfabe is now dead, and I said the fact that I don't like the fact that we know people's relationships. And Matt was giving an example about how, of when that whole died. He thinks that it died when the Edge, Matt Hardy, and Lita situation. Because what we all thought was scripted no, that was some real life, I'm going to beat your ass on sight when I see you.
Like, remember they didn't want us to know that Stone Cold and Deborah were married? Like, she just happened to be his manager. I was like, why is she The Rock's manager?
Like we didn't know Brock and Sable got married.
Right.
We didn't know that. We didn't know that until like his
UFC Brock.
career. Yeah.
Right.
Until UFC Brock is, I'm gonna go home, drink Bud Light, and bang Sable. That's when we know.
Oh, really?
He married Sable. Okay.
Oh, no wonder. Oh, Mark Merrill said, no, thank you. I want no part of that. I got you.
Did you ever hear Mark Merrill talk about that? Where he was like,
I've seen that story.
He's like, I heard it was Brock Lesnar, and I just decided to let it go. Smart man. Smart man.
That man said, I am not about to die.
Yeah. That's a smart man.
Yeah, man, Mark Merrill said that pussy ain't that good. I'm all right. I'm good.
He said that hospital bill ain't that. Nah, I'll say that money.
He said, man, Vince been up in that anyway. I'm all right. I ain't got it.
If you just like Mark Mayer apparently ended up like becoming like a born again Christian, I think.
Yeah.
Leads up in like every now and then he'll talk about wrestling. I just love that he's like, yeah, I heard it was Brock, and no. No. When I found out that Kevin Sullivan suggested Nancy and he wants to be named appear on
I'll say his name.
We'll say it. Just
Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit.
My nephew.
Benoit.
My nephew asked me about him last week because I was showing him Mania 1. I showed him the Mania 21, the first Money in the Bank match. And they were like, man, why isn't Benoit in the Hall of Fame? And I was like, he's like, man, he's really, he's intense. He's pretty brutal.
Be like this. Be like this. Be like, you remember that Family Guy episode when Johnny went to hell? Well, that's where Benoit is.
Well, Johnny's in hell. And
Johnny is where Randy said Eddie was at, and that's not really where Eddie is at.
Dude, I couldn't, and he was like, why isn't he in the Hall of Fame? And I said, buddy, sometimes people
How old is he?
Things.
How old is he again?
He's 9. He's 9.
Oh yeah, he don't need to know.
Like, sometimes people do things that just make it where the company doesn't want to be involved with them anymore, and that's just how it is. And he said, was it a murder?
Oh yes.
Listen,
buddy. I just said, buddy,
listen, you little Tim Burton. Don't worry about that and go.
Go ahead. You know how to spell his name, right? Go ahead and Google it.
No, don't do that.
Just eat your damn pizza slice and go to sleep. All right, just stop asking me these questions. Ask your
immediately.
Dad. Ask your dad. Don't ask me, because I don't want to get a phone call. Why is my son know about
telling me? Huh? No habla inglés. Mongo no live here no more.
Pick up the phone like, hello. Hey,
Mongo about to hit him with the oxygen low. Oxygen low.
Now, if I just came to me, if WWE gets sold, stuff like Chris Benoit, like if it gets sold to the Saudis aren't gonna care.
It's coming back, baby. It's coming back, baby.
He's gonna get inducted probably.
Induct that year.
Like,
and they're gonna have Vicky Guerrero put him in.
Like if they get sold to a company that has like no moral, like the Saudis, or like they just don't care about shit like that. Oh, they're gonna be putting some despicable people in. Like people got mad. Pete Rose got put into the WWE Hall of Fame, or that Donald Trump, you talk about somebody going to jail. Now he going to jail.
Did they ever take Jimmy Snuka out of it?
For about 20 minutes.
Yeah, they put him. They took him out when he got charged. When it all popped off, and then when
he died, they threw him right back in without even saying nothing. They just threw him right back in, like.
Well, to be fair, they didn't find him guilty, so that's how they see it. So it's terrible, but it's how they see it.
We got to think about that honestly. Like, depending on who they get sold by, they might just be like Chris Benoit, first ballot Hall of Famer.
They about to have a Chris Benoit Memorial Award. Okay, that's what's about to happen. Okay, if they get sold there.
And then on the
So
opposite end of that spectrum, depending on who they get sold by, maybe Owen Hart's wife has a change of heart. She's like, oh, you know what? The McMahons don't own this anymore.
here's the thing. What I'm afraid of is if Saudis buy WWE, we might not get any more female wrestlers into the Hall of Fame.
I think if they, for some reason, I feel like if the Saudis buy it, they're just going to let Vince and basically the people that are there now do whatever they want to do. They'll just be bankrolling it. But at the same time, it's just like,
You mean Vince, who supposedly wasn't in creative, is now back to doing last minute rewrites, making trips to last minute rewrites again from what we're reading.
Mm-hmm.
The man who's everything's going fine. I'm not going to get involved. All of a sudden, supposedly the morale in the locker room has gone down because last minute rewrites weekly have been a big thing since somebody has made themselves the
I wouldn't
executive
be
again.
shocked. Honestly, this is Triple H's first. This is his first WrestleMania. I wouldn't be shocked if he is rewriting shit like this. This ain't gonna be good. Nah, redo this.
All right, first
And
off,
Vince in his ear too, probably like, nah, you gotta come harder than that, man. I
Westifer.
wouldn't have wrote it like that.
Westifer, yes. She's going Wesley, so Westifer. Westifer.
And the witchy
Pop
bitches.
Rock.
Westifer and
Pop
the witchy
Rock's
bitches
got
sounds
me.
like Westifer and the witchy bitches sounds like a great like '90s band name.
That sounds like great.
It's
Westifer-
Westifer and the witchy bitches.
And they played their new song, Pop Rocks.
Pop Rock.
Featuring Mello.
Oh, Mongo, you missed our comparison that AEW is a community college.
It's a community college.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tommy
yeah.
Khan and no. Who did I call? Oh, Jericho is Mr. Turner from Boy Meets World. He's a cool teacher.
Okay. All right,
Tony
yeah.
Khan.
Yeah.
Ooh, I just called him. He's just a cool supervisor. He's Westifer.
Yes.
Westifer sounds like somebody that just got killed
Red-
on Game of Thrones.
Red. Who's the Red Butch?
Masha.
Oh.
Masha, slam a bitch.
That's who I picked.
I don't.
Slam the bitch.
I don't like that.
I just like calling her. I just like her name. Her name is cool.
I shouldn't have read that.
Don't worry, Mongo. I'm the one that's going to get in trouble because I'm the one that pointed it out who it was. So now people think I said it. I'm the one's going to get in trouble for it.
Masha Slamovich. That's right. That's a sick name. I don't.
Masha slam a bitch.
Right.
Slam a bitch.
Masha slam a bitch.
Here, you like, yep, that's her.
Yep, she definitely gonna slam a bitch. Masha, yeah, she gonna slam a bitch. Masha slam a bitch. There you go.
But yeah, it's that's a good comparison. That's a really good comparison.
Because we talked about how the fact that they have no leader in that locker room. Everybody
I
is.
thought the leader was Mox and
Mox is on.
Ryan
We said
and
Mox is on his Danny Glover shit. I'm too old for this. Daniel Bryan is the teacher that just teaches from 8 to 3. No after school, no nothing. Let's get out of here. I'm just here for my check. You know what I mean?
that's fair.
So they have no leadership. Samoa Joe is the gym teacher they gave the JV team to. He just wants you to go out there and try to win so he can get put on the real spot.
Right.
So that's AEW in a nutshell.
Basically.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a great example. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know, man.
I don't even know why
they need something.
That show even brought that beef back up. Like Mongo brought up.
Most of that show didn't have anything to do with that. It's like
no,
don't mention it then. You don't have to talk about that stuff. Like there's this weird idea because remember when AEW first came about and they were like, oh, it's like it's all inclusive and this is for the wrestlers and they're gonna work together. And then within like 2 years, things started to pop up that we kept hearing about. And at first it was just, oh, you'd hear reports and stuff. And now all the wrestlers are just talking their shit to the point where half the
Freely.
fans are like, oh, it's a work. It's a work. It's not all a work. Some of these people just hate each other's guts. And they're letting you know it. And it's not good for TV. And it's not good for morale. It reminds me of WCW, honestly. Late WCW.
It's a goddamn, what you call it, brother? Listen, it's a damn reality show. Okay, it's a reality show. The multiverse comes on at 11 p.m. Eastern time tonight. 11 p.m. I'm an old man. They think I'm making through this whole show. They don't lost their rabbit ass mind. I gotta go to work tomorrow. They don't lost their goddamn mind. Right.
I got nothing to do tomorrow. I'm still not watching. I took me an Eddie, a few beers. I'm in bed at 10:30. This shit, we're about to shut down. If y'all missed any of these predictions, you better get that shit in now because we're about to close it down.
Hold on, we got some more predictions. We got Reggie, you got the Kingdom, FBC, Mark Briscoe, Athena, the Utes.
I still need y'all to give me Stand and Deliver, and then we're good to go.
No, I gave you Stand and Deliver.
No. The comments. I need them to give me Stand and Deliver, and then the bonus point, the tiebreakers.
No. Hold on. Here you go, Stand and Deliver from Woody Betty. Okay. She got Waller. Well, we said it. Westerford, Witchy Poo, Witchy Ho.
You're right. Yeah, she did say Westerford. She did say Westerford. So I just need her to give me the ROH show. I need Reggie to give me the NXT show.
We had what's her face? We had Roxanne with her miraculous recovery, and all she had to do was say, "Pretty please."
That was it. And also, I can't believe me and Matt. You and I talked about this, Matt, where they're like, all right, they're going to do one of two things. Either the women are going to end the show on Tuesday, and they're going to all be in the ring, and at the very last second, Roxanne's music's going to hit. Right. And they're like, oh, Roxanne, she must be cleared. Or on Saturday, before the match starts, Roxanne's music's going to hit. Oh, it's Roxanne. Must be cleared. That was it. What do they do? Secret option C.
Secret option C. They hit him with the impact.
Terrible pre-recorded, I'm talking like D-list level movie production where Shawn Michaels and Roxanne are having an emotional conversation about her mental health. 5 minutes after we just saw Briggs and Jensen hanging out with Fallon and Kiana, talking about how Jensen's gonna finally touch a base. Like 5 minutes after that, we're having this. My mental health was weak, but like, and we're all like proponents and like speakers for mental health. We've all been through stuff, but it just did not fit
the bill.
Whatever the hell they were doing.
She fainted after a match.
She's just exhausted.
That she was released with a clean bill of health. All right, why did she faint?
Hit us with the dehydration. We believe that.
She had anxiety and she had bad mental health. All right, why did you faint? We still don't know why she fainted.
The fainting is a physical thing.
Did your pressure go up from your anxiety? Like, let us know. Like, my pressure went through the roof. That's what happened. Okay, we get it.
HBK is like, I'm just gonna have you go through more tests. Okay.
As he sits this way but looks this way and talks.
He really did. That lazy eye really came into play this week.
That's just saying.
He was looking at the floor. His face was facing the floor, and his eye was looking up at the camera, and the other one was looking at Roxanne. It was, but I don't know, man.
Your man was out here looking like was it Rango, the goddamn chameleon?
Oh yeah, Rango. Yeah. And then like the end. It wasn't the end, but near the end, they had all the girls come out, and then like nobody cared in that crowd. Like they're like, "Oh look, it's Indy Hartwell." Dead silence. And how like you could see the crowd was not reacting, and then all of a sudden you heard cheers. Like, oh, they're piping in crowd noise. That's great. That's not good. And then they went every other person: Gigi Dolan, Tiffany Stratton, and just nothing. Roxanne, nothing. Not a peep.
Question: when does Regal get back? Like, when is Regal officially
I think Regal has.
able?
I think he has like a year to do things on screen. He's got a year. He can't go on screen for a year. Okay.
Apparently, in a conference call, Shawn Michaels said earlier today regarding William Regal's return to WWE, Shawn says he's more focused on the main roster than NXT these days, but they're thrilled to have him back in the fold. He was recently involved in their that big ass tryout they had at the stadium. And the women's ladder match.
The only person that's not going. Where's the only person that's not going? Wes Lee. Going Dragon.
Women's ladder match is apparently starting the show on Saturday.
That's fine. That's a fine. Honestly, I'd start with that North American title match, but
right,
like
the match that should be a ladder match.
It should. You start the show. Impact had it right all those years ago. You start it with your crazy ass, high technical style flying motherfuckers in the first match, and then you move. That's how
WrestleMania used to be awesome when it would start off with either the Money in the Bank, or
it was like
when they got
ladder match.
They decided to be when Money in the Bank became a pay-per-view, they would put one of the mid-card titles in a ladder match.
Right. That was always the best.
Yeah.
That's
when it was at the top. And I don't know. I guess, and I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm sure that because a lot of those women are really
guys. Remember when NXT would have pay-per-views in the middle of the week on a Wednesday, and it just meant that it was a 2-hour show, and it would be awesome.
Yeah, they're old takeovers.
And remember how awesome those takeovers used to be?
Yeah, that's why they retired the takeover name. That's why the shows are just NXT. Whatever, some old pay-per-view name.
Because they can't live up. Because they can't live up to takeover.
Ain't nothing to take over. Ain't no network no more.
Guys, remember takeover? Guys, remember Takeover Brooklyn? Remember the good old days, guys?
He's just going through all the good stuff. I remember when this shit didn't suck.
I mean, at least we know that. The good thing about it, though, is at least we know that from Stand and Deliver, as soon as Stand and Deliver is over with, we're on the road to NXT Battleground in May. Because Battleground is now NXT pay-per-view. And it is going to be the day after King of the Ring, which is going to be on a Saturday. So you get a whole weekend, Memorial Day weekend. It's going to be awesome for some folks.
Chris Benoit is going to win that one. It's going to be in Saudi, right?
Yep.
They can resurrect them.
Are they also doing the Queen of the Ring there? That seems
I believe so.
King and Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia on Saturday, then Double or Nothing at NXT Battleground on Sunday.
I'm gonna be honest. That's not a good spot for the Queen of the Ring, because let's be real. Not even that. Let's be realistic. A lot of the female talent, their wardrobe and their entrance are part of the main spectacle of their gimmick.
Like Zelina always has crazy outfits.
Exactly.
Zelina always has great
cosplay.
Yeah, it's really cool stuff.
Like she'll come as a character that she is in a damn video game or something like that. Like she can't do that. And when they can't be themselves, it takes away from the match, I feel.
I think so. Yeah, I agree. Because a lot of it is about representing who you are, and that's part of your personality. Is that people that are like Zelina express themselves that way.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. That's a pretty important part. but folks, I think that's gonna be it for now. We will be back next week to talk about all this shit. Good Lord, what a weekend we're gonna have. I'm gonna be live during one of the Mania nights. I don't know. I might have one of y'all join me if y'all have time. If not, I'll do it by myself. It's fine.
If we
I'll
do
be
it
live
Sunday,
during.
I'm with you, brother.
We can do Sunday.
Sunday, I'm with you.
So we'll be live on
Sunday, I'll
Sunday
be on
for.
with you.
Okay, all right. So night 2, we're gonna be live to cover Mania. I might be able to get it shown on the screen with a different thing. I'll figure it out. But until then, it might just be us talking right
There was something wrong with you. There was something wrong with your microphone, Michael. We didn't hear you. We didn't hear you. We didn't hear you.
No. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to worry about it. It's gonna be like that old school like bunny ears when I'm like, oh, I think I see like a leg in that static. That was
When you had to flick the channel back and forth real quick to see if you could get
right.
something in. There you go. I remember that.
But thanks for following us, folks. Kenny, why don't you read us off because I'm tired as hell.
Always. Don't forget to follow us at facebook.com/undertheringpod and twitch.tv/undertheringpod. Don't forget, folks, we are here every Thursday, 8:45-ish.
That is on time. That's on time for us.
Right. Don't get mad because this week we actually came on at 8:45. You was expecting 9:15. That's your fault. We give you the right. 8:45-ish.
Hey, you saw I was late because I wasn't even expecting them to be on
Right.
time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my fault. I had some work stuff I had to do, so it's all right. That's all right.
Don't forget also to follow us on Linktree/UnderTheRingPod, where you can see all our links. You have Greg Bush SK, you have me, Rock Ribs 44, Mr. Freshbeard, The Right Answer, Boriel Mariente, and Justin D. Baxley. Folks, thank you for joining us. If you will be up and watching the Impact Multiverse Universe pay-per-view starts at 11 p.m. tonight. Tomorrow is the ROH pay-per-view. Saturday is Stand and Deliver
At 1 p.m.
and night 1.
At 7 p.m.
And then Sunday is night 2 of WrestleMania. So folks, if you are a wrestling fan and if you want to get someone into professional wrestling, you literally can show them every major promotion that's out this weekend.
And you know what I'd do?
Starting tonight.
I'd show them the speedball match from tonight. That's what I'd do. I'd pick that one.
Speedball wrestling like 48 times this weekend. So
him and Tanahashi.
Type in speedball on YouTube.
Oh yeah, find some speedball. It's gonna work out. But anyway, folks, thank y'all for joining us. We'll see y'all next week and Sunday. Join us Sunday.